A meal inspired by System of a Down that's not chop suey. Let's do this. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. I'm Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen. And well, first things first, we may as well address the elephant in the room. You've probably clocked the voice. Been feeling decidedly less than flash over the last little while, and I'm just kind of battling through bugs at the moment, so it's probably not going to be a lot of talking in this episode. Stop cheering. Excuse me. But while we've got a voice left, we may as well get into this week's episode, which is, now I mentioned this was inspired by System of a Down, more specifically by the lead singer Serj Tankian. I recently read Serj's biography or memoir, Down with the System, because I'm a massive fan of System of a Down, as you probably gathered. Now, Serj's memoir it's an amazing read, and even if you're not a fan of the band, it's still a fascinating story of a guy who has transcended genres, cultures, media. He's a musician, he's an artist, he's a playwright, he's a poet, he's now an author. The guy's absolutely fascinating. He's also a very, very proud Armenian. And part of the story is telling Serj's history and his family's history, about the struggles that they had in Armenia, references to the Armenian genocide, which, go and Google that. It's not a pretty picture, and I'm not going to go too far into it other than to say it is a thing. But one of the other things that he mentions quite a bit is the food and so forth that his family had as he was growing up. And that is one of the things that I'm doing today. So this is called Lahmajoun, and I apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation. I'm doing the best that I can. Lahmajoun is essentially Armenian pizza. Now, as is the case with a lot of Middle Eastern foods, this does have ties back to other foods in the same region. So there's a Turkish version. I believe the word Lahmajoun itself is actually Arabic, meaning, I think it's meat and dough. But it's a staple of Armenian street food culture, and it's one that I've been meaning to try for ages. So let's get into it while I've still got a voice left to get into anything. So again, kind of lacking in the voice department, I wanted to go for something reasonably simple and easy to throw together. So ingredients-wise, we've got, now, Lahmajoun can be made with pretty much any ground meat, usually lamb or beef. I've gone with the ground beef. We've got cumin, paprika, onion, garlic, get it together, tomatoes, tomato paste, green capsicum to add some flavor, just a little bit of cracked pepper as well. Now you can also throw in some chili peppers as well if you so desire. Likewise, you can throw in some cayenne pepper or that sort of thing to give this meal a bit of heat. I'm going for something a bit more family friendly. Now the other thing is, traditionally Lahmajoun is served or prepared on a thin dough base, like a lavash bread. I've just gone with the basic Flour Tortilla, which is kind of your cheats method. So let's get the food prep done. Of course, I say food prep, it's one of the easiest preps on the planet, because it's pretty much take everything that's not mince and throw it in a blender and, well, blend it. So you want, I've got about 4 cloves of garlic, I've got an onion, we're going to throw the tinned tomatoes in there as well, and we're going to throw in a few tablespoons of the tomato paste. And once more with feeling. We're also going to go in with a half teaspoon-ish of paprika, about the same of cumin, give or take, and just a reasonable crack of some pepper as well. Now again, if you want to add in some chili peppers or cayenne pepper or something along those lines, this would be the ideal juncture to do so. And then we're just going to blend this into paste. It's a fairly quick and easy process. So we end up with the tomato paste mixture looking like this. And you've got those wonderful flavors coming through already. I can smell the cumin, the onion, the garlic, the capsicum. It's going to be really good. Now at this point we want to mix this in with the mince, and we're going to do this all cold. Observe. Now, the observant selves among you will have noticed that I had a kilo block of mince when I started this conversation, but I only need about a half kilo of mince to actually make this mixture. So we're just going to scrape our paste down onto the mince here. And then we are going to get messy. So just get in there. And you want to mix this up. So it's going to be a fairly loose mixture, as you can see. But you just want to get everything mixed through. Let's get both hands in there, why not? And the really good thing with this is that this stretches like you wouldn't believe. This is ultimately going to make something like about 18 or so Lahmajouns, depending on how much or how big your tortillas are. Mine are actually reasonably small, so I make it even more than that. But there we go. So you can see it's a fairly loose texture, but that's what we're looking for. Okay, so assembly-wise, I've got a couple of tortillas here. Now I've got the oven behind me preheating to 220, and basically what we're going for here is a very, very thin layer of this meat and tomato sauce. Now you may actually find it easier to get in here with your hands and spread this out, because as I say, you're wanting a very, very thin layer. These are meant to be sort of a grab on the go snack food. You can easily, throw a salad together or something and turn this into a meal as well. But the key point here is to make it nice and thin so that it cooks nice and evenly. Now again, this is going on cold. We haven't done anything to the mince yet other than add that sauce mixture, or the tomato mixture I should say. So we're just going to spread that out. We'll do this one over here. And you can see, this has barely made a dent in the Lahmajoun mixture that I've got there. And we're just going to spread, spread, spread. And there we go. Get that all spread nice and thin. There are a few subtle differences between the different Lahmajoun techniques as well. There's also a number of different pronunciations as well, obviously. But this gives you a good idea and a good feel as to what you should be experiencing. So this goes into the oven, as I said, preheated at 220 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Let's go. And 10 minutes later, piping deliciousness comes out. So you can see it's all sort of nice and crispy around the outside. So you've got a real sort of pizza feel to it. It's nice and solid, but it's cooked to perfection and we are ready to eat. So we're just going to go in with a little bit of lemon juice on these bad boys. And here we go. Oh, that's good. Nice light flavour. Very, very easy to eat. And they cool down nice and quickly as well. So this has just come out of the oven and I'm not burning my face off, which is great. That is great. So with what voice I've got left, thank you so much for being here. Recipe, as always, will be downstairs, so please do go give this a try. It's really, really good, delicious. You can serve it with a salad, you can serve it with chips, you can just serve it as is and just snack away on it. Really, really good, really quick and easy. Go get amongst it. And as always, thank you very much for your support. I do appreciate everybody getting active amongst the social media feeds, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, so forth. And like, subscribe, follow, share, the usual story. Until next time, remember, some is a perfectly acceptable ingredient when you're cooking, not so much when it comes to your voice. I will see you next time. Bye for now.